and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right? Is what we do.
Yeah, whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
It is time for our championship game of the Henry Community Health Hall of Fame Classic on ISC and MyIndy TV. In the morning game, Mount Vernon outlasted Northview by a score of 62-51, with Luke Ertl cashing in on 33 of the 62 points. In game number 2, it was back and forth between Silver Creek before Crown Point would outlast the Dragons to get to this one. Thanks for joining us at ISC and MyIndy TV. Tonight's game presented in part by Banks & Brower. For every hour, there's Banks & Brower. By Galitco and Daly, we go to work when you can't. Learn more at IndianaWorkers.com. By 9-Star Connect, Indiana's fastest internet. Who knew? By Unranked Hoops, Indy's first Euro-style basketball academy. Check out UNRNKD.com. And by Wabash College, schedule your visit today at wabash.edu. Alongside the director of the Indiana All-Stars and former state championship coach Mike Broughton, not to mention a member of the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. I'm just Greg Rakestraw. Thank you so much for joining us, and I know this is a match we're looking forward to. I know you know and respect both coaches very well, and you're a massive fan of our likely Mr. Basketball and Luke Ertl.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what, Luke Ertl is really fun. We've had some great Mr. Basketballs in my last 7 years. But Luke has a possibility to be that, and if he is, he's going to be a great representative because he is tough as nails mentally.
Let's face it, the senior class of last year is probably thought to be deeper and more talented than the senior class of this year, yet when they played at Greenfield Central, the juniors won, and I know it was the toughness of Luke Ertl that helped lead the way.
That was the best junior-senior game we've ever had by far, and the seniors swept Kentucky and was probably the second best team I've had in 7 years. And these juniors who probably weren't as talented, but when it got down to the end of the game, the toughness, and I think Luke had 37, Shaw from Crown Point had 25, and they beat him by 3.
And again, Shaw would be the star from Crown Point, and you know Clint Swan very well. Frankly, you were at their practice and spoke to those kids last week. What impressed you about them when you saw them in person and what you saw in the morning game today?
Well, they didn't shoot it very well this morning. I thought they could shoot it better than they did this morning. But they're getting tougher mentally, and they've lost to Fishers twice in a row. Nothing wrong about that in the last 2 state tournaments. Been to the Semi-State twice. These guys are mostly seniors now, and like I told them in the meeting we talked, you're not going to get it done now, you're just not going to get it done. And so it just is a toughness, it's a physical toughness and a sacrifice. And this morning, what I noticed that I didn't notice in practice, in the first half, they had 11 players dive for the ball. And I watched a practice where I saw just 1 or 2. And you got to bring it every day if you're going to win the state championship in 4A.
Crown Point forced in the neighborhood of 25 Silver Creek turnovers in the morning game. Probably tougher to do that against a guy like Ertl, but defensively, what can Crown Point do against Mount Vernon?
Well, what I would do, I think, and I don't know what Clint's going to do, but I'd switch players. They got 3 guys that can guard Ertl. I don't know how well they can guard Ertl, but they can guard him. And so in the Semi-State last year, Jeffersonville ran a lot of bodies on him, and then in the fourth quarter, they put a big body on him in Singleton, and that kind of shut him down late in the game where they were able to pull away and win that Semi-State game. So I don't think you're going to stop him, but if you can slow him down, you got a great chance to win tonight.
Joe Bradburn and Mount Vernon knew that they would have to replace some key pieces from last year. That Luke Ertl was back, Max Weiss was back. Unfortunately, we've not seen Elijah Parra this year for Mount Vernon. 5 seniors graduated. Ertl's great. He's the best player in the state. I think Max Weiss is a junior. They're probably Division I level. But do you have enough offense around Ertl to hang with a team like Crown Point tonight?
You know, I think they do, because I think it's Ertl's will to get everyone else to be better than what they are. And you just notice that in a kid about every 5 to 10 years, that he just raises everybody else to his level, and he wills it. So we'll see if he can do it. Last year in the Semi-State, he was able to do it. I don't know if he can today or not, but so far they got 1 loss.
Mount Vernon and Crown Point for the Hall of Fame Classic Championship. It's yours after this quick timeout as you're watching from the largest and finest high school field house in the world. And you're doing so on ISC and MyIndy TV.
You know, Wabash is a school for people who are serious about reaching their full potential. If you really want to be challenged, you really want to reach your goals, you really want to take the road less traveled, if you're the kind of person that wouldn't have it any other way, we have a culture here where people outwork and outlove every day. And if that's what you're looking for, then we're your place.
Our service area is actually East Central Indiana. They come to us because we have this unique ability to access specialty care. Our partnerships with St. Vincent Health and Heart Hospital. We have Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, the Mayo Clinic Care Network. We access their resources via the broadband network that we have through 9-Star Connect. It's really all about connectivity. We don't have connectivity except for 9-Star Connect.
9-Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Back to Newcastle. Again, Greg Rakestraw and Mike Broughton with you here on the ISC Sports Network and My Indy TV 23. Another voice that's joining us momentarily. Chad Nickum, the public address voice for numerous IHSAA state championships, also handles our announcing duties for the Hall of Fame Classic. And we'll start with a scholarship presentation, a recognition of tonight's officials, our national anthem and starting lineups. And with that, we start with the scholarship presentation. Again, here's Chad Nickum.
Fellow volunteers remember his dedication and tireless spirit each year as they secure scholarship funds by conducting fundraising activities in his honor. His wife Gloria and his family have continued to generously support the Hall of Fame since Jennings' death in 1995. Participating tonight in the presentation are Matt Martin, Executive Director of the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame, and Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame inductee Rick Goins. The winner of the 2025 Richard P. Jennings Scholarship, which is a $1,500 college scholarship, is Mount Vernon's Brady Weber. In addition to his varsity participation on both the boys basketball team, Brady boasts a grade point average of 4.29 as a member of the soccer and track and field teams. Brady is also the National Honor Society Secretary, FCA Leadership Team, Neighbors Against Substance Abuse, Youth Council, Student Government, also Marauder Mob Leader, and Bus Betty is the event coordinator, among other clubs and organizations as well. Congratulations once again to Brady and his family for his accomplishments and the 2025 Richard P. Jennings Scholarship Award. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please rise and remove your hats as we pay honor to America with the singing of our national anthem, performed this evening by Connorsville's own Stan Howard.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's championship game. And also, we want to introduce our officials for tonight's game as well. And please welcome Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame members Rick Goins, Dave Clark, and Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame Executive Director Matt Martin as they present plaques to our officials for tonight's championship game. Christopher Sheeler, Dan Beecham, and Sean Harmon. And now, the starting lineup for the team representing the guest on the scoreboard, the Mount Vernon Marauders. Starting tonight for the Marauders, at forward, a 6'3" senior wearing number 24, Jamari Collins. At forward, a 6'1" senior, number 23, Brady Weber. At forward, a 6'8" junior, number 30, Max Weiss. At forward, a 6'4" senior, number 21, Jack Gare. At a guard, a 6'3" senior, number 12, Luke Erdl. The Marauders are coached by Joe Bradburn. And now, let's meet the home team on the scoreboard, the Crown Point Bulldogs. Starting tonight for the Bulldogs at guard, a 5'9" senior wearing number 2, Kingston Rose. At guard, a 6'2" senior, number 10, Mason Darrell. At guard, a 6'3" senior, number 11, Bryce Peters. At forward, a 6'7" junior, number 35, Cooper Molaski. And at forward, a 6'7" senior, wearing number 23, Dikembe Shaw. The Bulldogs are coached by Clint Swan.
Chad, thank you very much. Mike, final thoughts before this one goes live.
Well, I've been looking forward to it for a few days. It's a great way to head to Christmas. I think the people watching this one today, they'll really enjoy this game.
Only change in the starting lineup for Mount Vernon. Jamari Collins will start. Give a little more size against Crown Point instead of Owen Doherty. And our three-man officiating crew for this one, Christopher Sheeler, Danny Beecham, and Sean Harmon.
It's going to be interesting how Coach Swan decides to play Erdl. Who is he going to put on him? Because they play a lot of man. Are they going to go with smaller or a little bit bigger on Erdl?
But Shaw will jump at center for Crown Point. Weiss has the honors.
You got Peters on Erdl, about 6'3" or 4, trying to guard him early in the game.
They'll run their offense through Weiss, just let Erdl kind of work off the ball as best he can. Weiss, a very good passer, outstanding rebounder at 6'8". Crown Point has been allowing opponents 50 points a game heading into this one. Mount Vernon a bit fewer because they'll play at a slower tempo. Erdl, catch and shoot from the corner.
Now Crown Point did a good job defensively, but Mount Vernon was more patient, got Erdl the ball.
Mount Vernon's got a little more rest in their legs after playing the early game. Shaw, the mismatch down low.
Not much defense that time by Mount Vernon. Nobody switched on that back screen.
Crown Point not as big as Silver Creek, but still bigger than Mount Vernon. And Weiss will kind of level up against one player, but Crown Point starts 6'7" and 6'7". Backdoor cut to Collins. Touch last by Collins.
Good play by Crown Point on the back cut. They were prepared. Mount Vernon looks like they may try to pick up the ball a little bit. Or maybe Mr. Ertl just needs to tie his shoes and get back.
He is so fast, he ran out of his shoes.
I go, okay, he's going to go back.
He will put in some serious miles on those kicks tonight. Here's Mason Darrell, headed to play at Bellarmine. Shaw going to UIC. Leading scorer at 17 points a game. The turn and missed. It's a good look for Crown Point. Shaw had 22 in the morning game, a 30-footer. He began the year 2 of 15 from three-point range. He begins tonight 2 of 2. And immediately a 30-second timeout taken by Coach Swan of Crown Point.
Probably telling him to pick him up at the 10-second line, because that was the volleyball line, and that was an easy shot for him.
Somebody at some point in time is going to play a triangle and 2 against Mount Vernon this year, and the 2 are guarding that guy.
You know what? I hate saying this, but in the 80s, Steve Alford, I was a coach at Rushville, and I guarded a triangle and 2, and he still had 30.
I was going to ask how it went.
And we kept running into each other. I really did that. I go, we're going to stop him no matter what. Well, we didn't.
An early 30-second timeout taken by the Bulldogs, and they are 4-0. They lost 1 game. In fact, these 2 teams weren't going to play each other. We're both going to play in the Tip-Off Classic at Southport that got snowed out last Saturday. Mount Vernon's already made up their game with Anderson, beating them last Tuesday. Shot does not go. Shaw the crash, and Ertl couldn't get to it in time.
Yeah, Shaw's got to attack every time. They don't really have anybody that can guard him. They don't even have Vice trying to guard him early in the game to stay out of foul trouble.
Ball tipped away by Rhodes, but tracked down by Mount Vernon. Crown Point will play a solid 9-man rotation in this game.
If Ertl gives it up, they need to try to keep him from getting it back a second time.
Doherty will check in, next stoppage in play. Ertl thought about the logo 3. Peters with him as best he can. Turn and bucket by Weber. Our scholarship recipient before the game gets his first basket. Darrell doesn't take long, and Collins clipped him on the way by. 3 free throws coming up for Mason Darrell. Mason had 18 points and a world-class dunk in our morning game as well.
Yeah, he can jump. Great athlete, going to Bellarmine, like you said.
Darrell 6 of 8 from the free throw line this season.
I think Coach Joe here, Bladburn, thought that might have been a little bit of a flopper on that shot, so referee's trying to explain it to him.
Doherty in as Collins checks out. Our 2 coaches have a combined 56 years of experience in tonight's game. And Darrell uses all of the backboard to get that one to go. So it's a 2-point trip. Rice had just 5 points, but played exceedingly well. Like that dime to Doherty. A rare 2-point field goal from Owen Doherty.
That time miscommunication for Crown Point. Both guys switched to the same player.
Shaw going to work and scores.
Shaw can score at will. They need to look to get him the basketball more than normal, because he can score it at the same pace Ertl can score it from Mount Vernon.
3 players had double figures for Crown Point this morning. Ertl, a bobble, who touched it last. Bryce Peters did.
Well, Peters can run with him. Peters has the quickness, got a little bit of size on him. Good hands by Peters.
Weber. Touched last by Crown Point.
Quick toss! Quick toss!
Crown Point rated number 2 in both the coaches poll and the USA Today poll. Mount Vernon rated number 7 in each of those polls. Ertl from the elbow, no. Good rebound by Kingston Rhodes. Kingston wears 2, Caden wears 3, and off the contact, Kingston Rhodes gets it to go. That's 5-9, scoring over 6-8. Gare, the pull-up 3, no. Doherty, the save. Weber, the foul.
Kingston Rhodes jumped, in that vertical jump must be 35 inches. He skied. Now here's Mr. Wilson coming in number 4 for Crown Point, a sophomore. Has to be one of the better sophomores in the state of Indiana. He is so athletic.
MJ, 9 points, 2 rebounds a game. And 4 points in the morning game for Crown Point. Reed Kagi in there as well for the Bulldogs. This is the stretch of now 4 consecutive games against Central Indiana teams for Crown Point. They'll play Cathedral, HSC, and Brownsburg next week. Not all in the, it's like an NBA road trip. We're going to play some of those at home, but you get the idea. Darrell, no, and now 5-on-4, Ertl will look to push. Rifles one to Doherty. Ertl trying to set up the ball screen. And again, Mount Vernon will simply take their time, try to get the look they want. Shaw on the hedge, passing away. Vice got upended. Foul on the floor against Crown Point. Kingston Rhodes commits the foul. First against a Crown Point player.
He had trouble shooting that one because the guy was on his back, so he had trouble getting it up. That's why they're taking the basketball out of bounds.
On the dive, Gare missed it. A bobble by Darrell. He can't touch it again. Let Rhodes go get it.
Good pages, good screening by Crown Point. They're putting a body on people when they make those cuts.
Hold. Nope. Illegal screen.
I guess that's why.
Sometimes the screen can be too good. And that was Kingston Rhodes, the foul.
There was some physical play on that because you could hear the bumping. You could hear the bodies crashing into each other, but I didn't really see it, but Mount Vernon basketball.
Kingston will check out. Caden Rhodes will check in. Kingston averages 7 a game. Caden averages 4.5. Kingston had 12 this morning. Caden, 2 free throws.
They're clearing out for Ertl on this play. They're going to give him one-on-one, or he can use the ball screen.
The step back 3 by Ertl.
I guess he did neither one.
He's got 9, all from outside of the arc. Wilson turns. His touch last by Max Vice. It'll stay Crown Point basketball.
No, for people out there that haven't seen Mr. Ertl, those shots are normal. That is a normal look for him.
Of course, his brother was an Indiana All-Star. Plays professional basketball as Weber gets tied up with Darrell. Older brother played at both Louisiana Monroe and UAB before playing overseas. Deep 3, Shaw, no. Here comes Ertl on a flyer. One hop, Vice!
Ertl's just taking the game over right now, getting the rebounds, making the passes. 15-10, Mount Vernon. Shaw's got to get down attack mode. He can take care of the game for Crown Point side.
Darrell on the drive. His first field goal. Again, there's more weapons on Crown Point, but the best player on the floor plays for Mount Vernon. That's the balance tonight. Again, this is a potential state final preview. Opposite ends of the bracket. Mount Vernon in sectional number 9 that goes south. Crown Point in sectional number 1. Floater good by Ertl. He's got 11 of the Mount Vernon 17. Shaw, nice find. And no need for Wilson to take a dribble.
Shaw needs more touches. They got to get him the basketball so he can make the same type of plays that Ertl makes if Crown Point's going to beat Mount Vernon tonight.
Good hands by Shaw. And again, Vice, for a guy his size, is a good ball handler. He rarely has a guy like Shaw that can hang with him. Didn't hang with him on that play.
Yeah, Vice is a pretty darn good junior right now. He's really playing tonight.
Shaw, trailer 3, no, and Ertl will snag a rebound again. Folks, he is averaging a double-double. He had one this morning. Weiss able to save. Turns it down, Owen Doherty. Yes, sir.
See, there's where he just makes people better. He had the shot, passed it to Doherty, got him into the game and got him involved in the game and made him a better player.
Darrell off the window, no, Ertl goes and gets it again. Darrell a little slow to get up. Ertl will slow things down. You hear Joe Bradburn in front of us say one shot. Again, Mount Vernon on this floor last year had the eventual state champions down by 10 in the fourth quarter. A player fouling out kind of changed the dynamics of that game. Trying to ride a happier ending today. Ertl for 3, not that time. Darrell's got time. At 3, at 2, at 1, on time, just short. Mount Vernon 22, Crown Point 14. It is the championship game of the Hall of Fame Classic, and you are watching on ISC and My Indy TV.
That's the
Hi, this is Bill with Banks & Brower. No, you're fine. How can I help you?
This is Adam Brower from Banks & Brower. Nah, not busy at all.
You got this, Brad. One more mile.
Banks & Brower, this is Brad. No, now's the perfect time to talk.
You never know when trouble will find you.
But when it does, we're here for you anytime. For every hour, there's Banks & Brower.
And gets the highlights. Now he takes the look away and he puts it away. Want to thank our ISC Sports Network crew. Jordan Shue has put in 3 long days here to have this place look as great as it does from our ISC Sports Network perspective. Thanks to Dennis Glover, Cade Johnson. Thanks to Juan Medina and Darrell Tibbs alongside Mike Broughton. Greg Rakestraw with you.
I like the picture from above the rim.
That's all Jordan Shue.
That is fantastic, Jordan. I watched the game today and yesterday, and I could see it. It was great.
Here's Lux, who had 5 points earlier today, and Lux cashes in. Doesn't play a lot, but taking advantage of the opportunity.
They bring him in and have him shoot it right away, didn't they?
And Crown Point will play 9, and all guys have free range to let fire. Crown Point 35% from three-point range of the season. They make 7 a game. Ertl slips to Weiss.
Everybody's watching Ertl, and they're forgetting the other players, and Ertl controls every possession.
Purdue Boilermaker fans should be grinning from ear to ear, knowing he is heading to West Lafayette.
He is Big Ten ready.
Yes.
Next year. I don't care who they're playing.
Darrell, tough shot. Mason Darrell with 6.
Darrell's got off to a good start.
Vernon averaging 59 points a game. They're ahead of that clip so far. They scored 62. Frankly, a lot of their games have been, they've won scoring low 60s and holding their opponents to either mid-30s or mid-40s. Frankly, Crown Point will score more tonight. They are too good. Little zone look here by Crown Point. Little 1-3-1. Backdoor cut Weiss. Great job to use the rim to shield away the defender.
Middle was open. They went to double. Middle was open. Great pass to the inside device.
Peters up and in.
Right now, Mount Vernon's having a little bit trouble getting back on defense to be able to stop the penetration.
Ertl draws 3 defenders. Weiss. Yep, late call, but they got it right. That's a foul. And Weiss will shoot 2. Weiss 67% from the line this season.
Starting this quarter, there's a lot more offense than there is defense for the both teams. First quarter, Mount Vernon 9 of 13 and Crown Point 6 of 12, so both are shooting great. And it just comes down to Ertl making the plays. 11 points and 3 assists in the first quarter.
And Vice had 5 points in the morning game, but had 7 rebounds, 2 steals, 3 assists, and a block. Taking more of a star turn offensively. Had the pleasure of seeing him play against Fishers and thought he played exceedingly well against the defending state runners-up. Misses that one. I think that's off the leg of Gare. Yes, out of bounds to Crown Point. Little zone look here by Mount Vernon as well. Mason Meyer in for the first time. So both teams throwing a bit of a defensive wrinkle at their competition. Lux again for 3, and a little circumnavigation involved, but it goes home.
High-level game right now, 5:36 to go, 27-24, high scoring.
Kind of what this game's supposed to be, right?
Yeah, it's a little more high scoring than I kind of thought it would be, but there hadn't been a lot of stops.
Ertl gets downhill, little shovel pass to Vice. He's already got 11. Ertl and Vice have combined for 22 of the Mount Vernon 29, and Shaw the step around and bucket.
Good play by Shaw. Teams are taking about an average about 15 seconds or less to score. Everybody scored this quarter.
Ertl, not that time. 3 can tie it this time down for the Bulldogs. Shaw wants a ball screen. We'll go around it regardless. Ertl just couldn't time that properly. Both these teams have taken exceptional care of the basketball. For the tie, no. Ertl, good job by Meyer to have inside position. Ertl gets the rebound. Ertl seeking contact, got it. He'll shoot 2. Molaski with the foul.
That time Molaski, wrong place at the wrong time. He didn't really move much, but he didn't get in front of Ertl. Ertl squeezed around him for the block.
Tonight's game presented in part by 9-Star Connect. Who knew that 9-Star Connect, a local smart utility, has the fastest internet in the state? In fact, 9-Star can offer speeds up to 10 gig. Try getting that from any other provider. And 9-Star doesn't have data limits or put caps on internet speeds. This is possible because of 9-Star's state-of-the-art fiber optic network provides you the dedicated line to your house. Find out what so many others already know and call 9-Star today. 9-Star Connect, Indiana's fastest internet. Who knew? Ben Schaefer back in there for Mount Vernon. Ertl, an 88% free throw shooter. That first miss was rare. The second one goes. Lead at 4. Shaw got downhill and again got fouled before the shot. And that's Vice. And you said it well on the first possession. Vice has got to be very careful about picking up fouls because, again, there are 2 players they can't replicate. Ertl and Vice for Mount Vernon.
Vice has found foul trouble in most games.
The 6'8 guy always does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Lux a couple of threes off the bench. He averages 2 points a game. He's had 11 on the day. Shaw trying to go right at Vice. Harrell likes his matchup on Weber. Goes through him and misses. Good shot that wouldn't fall.
They post up Darryl a lot in a lot of the different things they do.
Vice. Gare. And Vice. Left hand, but that was just to go get it, but then missed it a second time. First kind of series he's missed one around the rim. Nice step through. Lux turns it down.
Oh.
Shaw for 3. No. Clint Swan applauds his team's effort.
That was a good passing there from Crown Point. Excellent. Giving the ball up.
Both teams look like they could use a timeout about now. Ertl, not that time. But Weber, did you throw it off the Crown Point player? Yes. Ricochets off of Bryce Peters. And second game on both sets of legs. Mount Vernon's got a little more lead time to rest up between games. Frankly, they're close enough. Their kids may have simply gone home in between games. That's going to be a foul. Peters holding him off with the forearm. Third foul against Crown Point this quarter. No free throws yet. Not been a heavy free throw game so far. Darrell has 3 free throws for Crown Point. 4 total taken by the Marauders. Weiss on the dive, turns and scores. Weiss with the Bakers doesn't. Lead back to 6 in the Marauders. Shaw on the attack, and there's no answer for that.
See, Shaw, the more he touches it, the more points Crown Point's going to make. He's got to be more aggressive offensively.
30-second timeout taken by Mount Vernon. Let's quickly step aside. We're back after this on ISC and My Indy TV.
At the University of Indianapolis, your education is just the beginning. Small class sizes means that everyone gets to know you, your goals, your dreams, and your vision for the future. UIndy empowers you with real-world, hands-on learning projects that transforms your potential into purpose. And it's just minutes from downtown Indianapolis, connecting you to our alumni network, internships, and careers. How's that for opportunity? So, are you in? Your future begins at the University of Indianapolis.
There we go, baby.
Oh, my God.
Race to the other end, and he punches it down. Lock in. Takes it in. Little energy, little. Not the entire game. Touchdown. He's got it. He's up. Still going.
Throws it up, and Hawks will throw it down. Back to live action here at Newcastle. Greg Rakestraw, Mike Broughton with you. Ertl quickly gets set. Not that time, but Weber the rebound and buckets. Brady Weber's second field goal.
Crown Point's in those zones, but they're not rebounding out of the zones. They're standing and looking.
Ertl just 1 point this quarter. Has not affected Mount Vernon at all. And Shaw, sometimes you can be too open. He was stunned he was that open.
So Weiss went around Shaw once. Shaw's gone around Weiss about when he wants to. He's got to be more aggressive. Should have probably dunked that ball. This 1-3-1, they're trying to match up, but what happens, that ball gets in the middle. That ball gets in the middle, and then they kind of just destroy people out of it. There you go.
Gare lays it up and in.
Just go to the middle, whether you pass it or drive it, and then you got the baseline wide open. 1-3-1's not going to be able to stop Mount Vernon.
How do you guard Ertl? How do you try to slow him down?
I would have him, once he passed it, I would not let him have it back, and I know that's harder said than done, but you just force it where you're standing on top of him, forcing him to the baseline, because he's still 6'1", 6'2", but I don't know what happens. Ertl makes you play these other defenses, and then those are not your number one defenses.
Shaw for 3, no. Fight for the loose ball, Wilson does throw it off of Ertl. Ertl nods his head, then goes and helps Wilson up to respect the hustle and the effort.
See, right now Shaw settles. He can get to the goal. He kind of settles. I know he likes shooting threes, but he needs to attack Weiss, because like you said, Weiss gets in foul trouble. North Vernon's in a world of problems. Pass, no dribbles, move. There's your layup if he passes it to him.
Peters on the attack. Gathers in the lane, couldn't finish.
So he had the backdoor cut for the layup.
Mount Vernon will hold for a last look. Crown Point does have a foul to give if they choose. Weiss is always the safety outlet. And Weber lost the handle. Peters the step through and bucket.
Good job by Crown Point, the extra pass. 5 seconds left.
Gare lines it up, misses that one, and that is the end of the half. It is still a 6-point lead for Mount Vernon going to the halftime break. They lead Crown Point 36-30 in this Hall of Fame championship game on ISC and My Indy TV.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
At halftime, our score, Mount Vernon 36 and Crown Point 30. Luke Ertl's been great. He's got 12 points, but he's not even Mount Vernon's leading scorer. That is Vice. Ertl got going early. He had 3 quick threes, but in the second quarter, they made him a distributor, and Ertl and his teammates have been up to the challenge.
Yeah, Vice, Ertl, almost every Vice basket is Ertl setting him up. And again, Crown Point's got these spread zone defenses, and so they've kind of gone to the middle and kind of cut them up out of that. But Crown Point also did a good job at the end of the half, fighting themselves back into the game.
Dikembe Shaw with 10 and Mason Darrell 6. Jack Lux off the bench with 6 points. If you're Coach Swan, what do you change in half number 2?
Well, I liked his man-to-man. I think he likes the zone. He's the coach. And I think, if he stays in the zone, it slows the game down a little bit. I still think Peters and a couple of his other players can chase Ertl down. They just got to pick him up farther out. For Mount Vernon, I think Mount Vernon had a really great game plan, and as long as they can control the tempo and keep the ball in Ertl's hands and not have Vice get in foul trouble, they can win.
Wabash College Trivia comes your way next from Newcastle. Mount Vernon leading Crown Point 36-30 on ISC and MyIndy TV.
There are many ways to judge the quality of a college or university. At Wabash, we are proud of being nationally ranked in so many measures of quality. The engagement of our students with their faculty, the exceptional classroom experience, the unbeatable internship program and alumni network. It's easy to see how we earn our reputation as one of the best colleges in the country. We are proud of our rankings, but come see for yourself. Schedule a visit today at wabash.edu.
3, 2, 1.
As the first dunk in the building from Orange. Joya waits, Waddell finishes.
And lays it in.
There is right now the play of the game.
Better finish.
Good.
We might see that on plays of the week. Great feed. The finish. Spin, win, 3. Bury it in the lane. No, gun, yes.
Whoa, what a play. Flying in.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Back inside the largest and finest high school field house in the world in Newcastle, Indiana. Greg Rakestraw, Mike Broad with you on ISC and MyIndy TV. And it's time for Wabash College halftime trivia. Mike was close, not close enough on question number 1. A specific Newcastle question when it comes to Wabash College hoops for question number 2. Newcastle has players that are high atop the scoring charts in a lot of Indiana colleges. Of the top 5 scorers in the history of Wabash College basketball, how many of them played in this building as Newcastle Trojans? Now, normally I give you 4 choices, but in this case, there's only 6 possible answers of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. How many of the top 5 were Newcastle Trojans and then Wabash College Little Giants?
3.
Close. 2. Josh Estel, second in school history in points. Chad Tabor, 5th. Outstanding group.
I got to bounce back after Christmas.
We'll work on things in the new year. Again, schedule your visit now at wabash.edu. We'll take this time out. We'll come back with first half highlights. Again, 36-30 is the score. Mount Vernon leading Crown Point. It is the championship game of the Hall of Fame Classic, and you're watching on ISC.
We build kids up from the ground up. It's not so much about where you're at.
In most programs in Indiana, it's teams and it's games and it's teams and it's games.
They're playing in a bunch of games and not really having any type of system or structure to their routine, to their development, to their growth.
Trying to find more of a balance, more trainings, less games, skill development, basketball IQ.
Accountability. Once you walk through those doors, energy and effort's on you, the individual.
4 to 5 days a week, really trying to build a player that is prepared for going into their middle schools, going into their high schools and beyond.
You have objective criteria you have to meet to move on to the next class. That gives kids a sense of dedication to work to get towards something.
We're not here chasing rankings. We're trying to develop basketball players.
So you should not worry about getting ranked at such a young age.
We're going to push you to limits that you probably didn't know you can get to.
It's about the work ethic and less about the rankings and the notoriety. We want you to get a well-rounded basketball education.
3, 2, 1.
As the first dunk in the building from Joya. Waits, Waddell finishes and lays it in.
There is right now the play of the game.
Better finish. Good. We might see that on plays of the week. Great feed. The finish. Spin, win, 3. Bury it in the lane. No, gun, yes. Stop. Whoa, what a play. Flying in.
Brewer jams it home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half.
Throw it up for Tillman.
Whoa, my goodness. 122-6-0 for Penn.
What a swim! 6 of them.
As we show you highlights, here's numbers from half number 1. Scoring from Mount Vernon. 13 for Vice, 12 for Ertl, 5 for Doherty, 4 for Weber, and 2 for Gare. For Crown Point, Shaw 10, Darrell 6, Lutz 6, Peters 4, Wilson 2, and Kingston Rhodes 2. Both teams shooting better than 50% from the floor. Mount Vernon 60%, Crown Point 52%. Mount Vernon 4 of 10 from 3, Crown Point 2 of 7 from 3. Rebounds 13-10 in favor of Mount Vernon. We have 15 assists and 3 combined turnovers in tonight's game. Mike, of those numbers, what jumps off the page at you?
Well, I was going to mention the 3 turnovers. This is a high-level basketball game at the 4A level when both teams are putting pressure on each other defensively, and you got 2 turnovers for Mount Vernon and 1 for Crown Point. I think Shaw, he's 5 of 11. He's 0 for 4 on the outside shooting threes. That should tell him to attack on the inside with 3 rebounds. And then again, they let Ertl run things like they do. He's got 7 assists, no turnovers, and 9 rebounds besides the 12 points. It's almost a triple-double at halftime.
He'll have a triple-double by the end of the third quarter at this rate. And by the way, who else had one of those in a championship final in this building? Braden Smith did. Sorry, folks, the comparisons are simply inevitable between those two. Crown Point back to the floor. Mount Vernon joins them shortly. Third quarter action comes your way next on ISC and MyIndy.TV.
Our service area is actually East Central Indiana. They come to us because we have this unique ability to access specialty care. Our partnerships with St. Vincent Health and Heart Hospital. We have Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, the Mayo Clinic Care Network. We access their resources via the broadband network that we have through 9-Star Connect. It's really all about connectivity. We don't have connectivity except for 9-Star Connect.
9-Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
Man, if I beat Braden Smith and Pig, he's never going to live that down.
Dude, don't get your hopes up. Hey, Adam, it's your turn.
Oh, sorry, guys, gotta take this. All right, Braden, go easy on me.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
I guess for every hour, there really is Banks and Brower.
Whether it's criminal, family, personal injury, or immigration law.
You can call them anytime. Sorry, got a call.
Sorry.
A stat line so nice, we'll read it twice. Luke Ertl, 12 points, 9 rebounds, and you're seeing several of his 7 assists.
That's what we have as a complete player. Mr. Smith was Mr. Basketball a few years back, and I would say right now in the development, they're almost exactly the same. And I don't know what Mr. Ertl's going to do in Purdue, but I know Mr. Smith's had a wonderful career at Purdue, but Mr. Ertl's going to be plenty good enough next year in the Big Ten.
Doherty gets the start for the half. Doherty has 5 points. He's in for Jamari Collins.
Good patience by Mount Vernon coming out here running 20-some seconds off. I like the man-to-man stuff for Crown Point. I think you just got to get out here and guard them. Peters is big enough and good enough to try to do that. There's where he's got to take that pass away. The ball goes baseline. You just don't let him have it. You make him run somewhere else.
And it's not like Peters has done a bad job defensively. And we saw a lot of zone for Crown Point in the second quarter. Weber got a good look, didn't hit it, but gets it back. Weiss, the floater, no. And eventually Molaski out of there with it for Crown Point. 2 good looks that wouldn't fall for the Marauders. Darrell pulls and misses.
So you play 30-some seconds, 40 seconds of defense, and you shoot in 1 pass.
Gare does the same thing except he hit his.
I'll tell you what, it's hard to guard 45, 50 seconds and you shoot in 1 pass. I know Darrell, that's a pretty good shot for him, but I mean, you got to have a little patience to start the half.
5th made 3 of the game for Mount Vernon. A 9-point lead. It is their largest of the game.
Now you got to go.
Shaw slips to Molaski and missed it. And Molaski doesn't shoot often. When he does, it normally goes in.
He didn't know where he was. He was behind the basket trying to kind of flip it in behind his head.
Chance to make it a double-digit lead. Ertl off the catch. No. And Shaw secures the rebound. That's his 4th.
Like we said, Peters has done a pretty good job.
Good find. Rhodes sat for a good chunk of the half with 2 fouls. Rhodes turns over Ertl. Couldn't finish. All right, there's the double-double. That's rebound number 10.
That's a good possession for Crown Point, though. They worked the ball, got him a pretty good shot, just missed the shot, no rebound.
Crown Point scoreless in the first 2.5 minutes of the quarter. Ertl through the double team. Weber lines up a 3 and missed it. Shaw's second boarded as many trips. Shaw. Turnover. Good hands by Darrell again. That is a foul, but you'd rather give the foul than give the layup. By the way, that was just the second Crown Point turnover of the game.
Yeah, they haven't turned the basketball over. It's kind of a silly behind the back pass, and they got him in a little bit of trouble there. So Crown Point adjusting here, subbing early.
Weber asking for it to be on the shot. Dan Beecham says no. Still in the gather process.
Reed, watch the back screen.
Reed Kagi just checked in for Crown Point. Ertl finds Gare as the safety valve. Ertl is back to track the ball down 40 feet later in a flash. Step back by Ertl. No. Ertl has not made a 3 since the opening quarter. Darrell, good find. 3 for Kagi, no. Rebound number 11 by Ertl.
Ertl's going to end up with 16 or 17 rebounds, but on that shot, nobody moved except him. He was the only one that moved. There was nobody even around him to get that rebound. You got to attack, especially Crown Point.
Timeout called by Mount Vernon, a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. This 30-second timeout presented by Brady Laurie and Laurie Law. Brady has been serving the citizens of Marion, Johnson, and surrounding counties for over 25 years. If you or someone you know is in criminal trouble or has been injured, make the call to Brady for a consultation. Let Brady put his negotiating skills and corporate experience to work for you. Call 317-250-7783 or email BradyJLaurie@gmail.com. Brady Laurie, your criminal defense and personal injury trial lawyer. To your point about rebounding, 10 defensive rebounds in the first half for Mount Vernon. Ertl had 9 of them.
And here's a stat, because I looked up 45 players in the state just here at Christmas time to see who the leading rebounder was. So, you know, if we look for size for the all-star team, and the leading rebounder is Ertl.
Is the 6'2 left-handed kid, yeah.
And so I go, well, they're with the 6'8", 6'9 guys. We got a 6'2 guy that leads the state. Out of those 45 guys, they're all pretty good players. And I go, you got to be kidding.
Low scoring third quarter, but to Mount Vernon, that's perfectly fine. They've literally outscored Crown Point 3-0 since halftime. Weber, and then Ertl made contact. He'll get whistled for the foul.
Well, that time they took Ertl away, and that's where you just have to give extra effort. Peters took him away on that curl. Anytime you can take him away, if Ertl would throw it toward the baseline, you got to cut him off and not let him, make him go backdoor to get that basketball. Crown Point hadn't scored yet. Third quarter, we're down to 4 minutes.
The pull-up three, not there. Crown Point's getting good looks, just not falling. That's Kingston Rhodes that misses. Now Rhodes cycles over to Ertl. And Ertl goes right at him and was setting that up for contact the entire time and will shoot 2 free throws. And on Rhodes, that's his third foul.
See, that's why Peters is the guy that needs to guard him, because he's got size on him. These smaller players, Ertl just sees that, and he's going to take him to the goal every time.
Ertl 1 of 2 from the line and connects.
Well, you got Mount Vernon scored 4 points in 4 minutes and 17 seconds, and they're playing just like they want to play because they've held Crown Point to 0, and now they've extended that lead to 11.
Well, when you have a player that is so dynamic as Ertl and has such big numbers, defense sometimes as a team gets lost as the shot does not go, but there's Shaw collecting the loose change, and Dikembe Shaw gets Crown Point's first bucket of the half.
If you want to score, go rebound it.
And an offensive foul on Ertl. Darrell drew the contact from Ertl. His second foul and Mount Vernon's first turnover of the half. Great job by Darrell to get up in his face and draw the contact. But to finish the thought, the most points that Mount Vernon has given up this season is 57. It's happened twice.
And Crown Point's going to have trouble getting there.
Left-handed shot is short. Rebound by guess who?
He's probably got 15 rebounds.
Peters all over Ertl. Drives and dishes. Shot blocked by Shaw. Darrell at the other end slams it home. 7-point game.
Well, that was one physical play. Referees are going to end up calling a foul if they're going to just, I mean, Peters is doing a good job, but a lot of contact. Nice ball screen, or nice screen right there for Mount Vernon.
And again, these are two teams that don't mind getting physical. It's okay. And that's going to be a foul off the ball. Darrell on the hold. And the Hancock County Brigade of volunteer officials all appreciate said call.
Oh, Darrell away from the ball, really didn't need to grab the guy. He's let his emotions get carried away a little bit. Third foul, he's got to sit. So now Crown Point's going to be smaller and younger with Wilson out there, number 4. And they got Lux, 0, he's called for holding.
And now you're going to see the whistle start to tighten up, I think, in both directions.
Well, there's a lot of grabbing going on, so it just matters of how soon the referees want to go on home. 4th already for Crown Point.
Vice, left hand, foul. That's against Dikembe Shaw. So Max Vice will shoot 2.
So now they had no fouls for a while, and then there's 3 in this possession. Physical.
And misses that one. Vice on the season, a 67% free throw shooter. 1 for 2 in the first half, 1 of 1 this morning.
At halftime, Mount Vernon was 2 of 4. I don't think we got the third quarter yet. Maybe we did.
Missed that one.
7-point lead for Mount Vernon. Crown Point, get a good shot. Get the ball into Shaw. Don't settle for a 3.
Which he did. But Wilson tracks it down. Rhodes is by his lonesome, but they can find him. They did.
Settle for a layup, not a 3.
Caden Rhodes. Here comes the trap. So Ertl just goes opposite said trap and gets around the second defender and goes right at their best player and couldn't finish. And now a run out for Crown Point, and Wilson missed it, but fouled by Vice. I'm going to say Gare, actually, not Vice. Gare got him on the arm. And free throws coming up for MJ Wilson. First foul on Jack Gare. But all of a sudden now a chance to make it a 1-score game.
Yeah, Crown Point, when it got more physical, there was a few more fouls, but they also closed the gap from 11 down to 5, down to 4 now.
And could this be a repeat of our first game where Northview had a 14-point halftime lead? Silver Creek won by a dozen. As we said, Crown Point entering the Central Indiana phase of their schedule. They'll play Cathedral and HSC at home next week. Then they'll host Brownsburg, or go to Brownsburg. Ertl able to find Gare. Just into the front court in time.
I'll tell you what, Crown Point picking up the juice defensively, and this is wearing Ertl out a little bit. You can tell he's straining a little bit out there. They're forcing it out wider and wider and wider. If you force out those passes wider, those back cuts aren't as open.
Vice needed that one. 15 for Max. Back to a 5-point lead. No player in tonight's game has more than 3 fouls. Schaefer will check in, next stoppage and play for MV.
Shaw could attack Vice inside. If he attacked him inside, he could get his 4th foul.
Runner by Peters, no. Ertl couldn't hang on to that one. Doherty checks out. Schaefer checks back in. Mount Vernon last year 21-6. His Crown Point team was 23-3 last season.
I think Peters, number 11, has played a great quarter. They just took him out, and he played a great quarter defensively on Ertl. Really slowed Ertl down.
Ertl does not have a field goal this half. Does have 2 free throws. Nice cut to the basket by Wilson. The find by Shaw.
Now we got us a basketball game again from 11 to 3 because Crown Point picked up 1-2-1 press, get back, and then they're picking them up man-to-man at half court, making Mount Vernon run, really making Ertl work. Speeding everything up.
Schaefer in the corner, no. And Meyer couldn't hang on.
Things get sped up. Shots go quick. Shots, quicker shot, quicker miss. Crown Point can end the quarter.
Coach Swan says let's hold for a final look. Bulldogs will have the basketball to start the 4th quarter. Just briefly got to 9.
You got Lux for a 3.
Rhodes will take the 3. Missed it. Loose ball by Meyer, and that is that. Mount Vernon will take a 3-point lead to quarter number 4. It's been a great day of basketball in Newcastle. Let's play at least one more, shall we? On ISC and My Indy TV.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey & Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
43-40. Crown Point edged a little bit closer in quarter number. It took them a while to get going, but they finally got going. Mike, what's going to be the difference in quarter number 4?
I think when you're tired, this is the 8th quarter. Now it comes out who has the guts and the toughness this last quarter, because it's an even game. It's just who shows. Who's going to make the extra pass, extra rebound, extra dive on the floor, extra toughness defensively. We'll see. Crown Point ranked 2. Mount Vernon's in the top 10. So we'll see who has this last quarter in them, because they'll need it come March.
Shaw immediately tries to get downhill and lays it up and in. Probably got away with a bit of a nudge to free up some space.
I would say Clint needs to run that play again.
1-point game.
This 1-2-1-1 press has sped Mount Vernon up. They are not in the comfort zone they were at the start of the third quarter and in the first half.
As close as this has been since early in the first quarter.
Bad matchup here because Darrell could get his 4th.
Ertl. I got fouled, yep. Wilson got some ball, but got some arm. Foul against MJ Wilson. And it's just part of what makes this Crown Point team so good, is that they can throw 3 or 4 different players at Ertl.
I think Mr. Darrow here decided to take the challenge in the 4th quarter because he's on him. Peters must still be sitting out, yeah. Now we're trying to match up a little bit. So, this is a trap. I'm trying to trap the ball out of his hands.
Vice 4-3 in the corner, no. And Rhodes the rebound. Darrell for the lead, yes.
Man, I'll tell you what, Mount Vernon or Crown Point, when they go. Got the rebound lay-in, 4 on Darrell. He did grab Ertl. 2nd foul already of the quarter for Crown Point. You're going to put Mount Vernon in the bonus here quicker than they want them to.
First Crown Point lead of the game with 6:59 left to go.
It's pretty simple if you watch at home. Crown Point's playing a lot harder, and they were playing with purpose, and that 11-point lead is gone. So can they continue it? Because it takes a lot of effort to come from 11 back.
Ertl gets downhill, and Ertl left it short. And then a foul. It's either on Ertl or on Weber, we'll see.
That's one Ertl usually makes. You could tell he was upset about that when he had the layup. Crown Point has slowed him down in the second half, and again, they've run a lot of bodies. They've run Wilson, they've run Peters, they've run 3 or 4 bodies at him, and they've also trapped him a lot here in the second half. Good job by Coach Swan.
Has 423 wins in his coaching career. Shaw, foul on the reach. Shaw will shoot 2.
And having Shaw inside is good too. That's a good idea. And he gets to the free throw line.
So Brady Weber picks up his 3rd foul.
Shaw's got 12 points. He leads Crown Point. Nobody else in double figures. Shaw with 13. He's got 7 rebounds. Mr. Ertl has 13 rebounds out of the 17 defensive rebounds from Mount Vernon.
Ertl is an assist away from a triple-double, but it is Crown Point that's come from 11 down to have a 3-point lead.
But you got to admire Peters and these guys from Crown Point. They've held Ertl to 4 out of 12, and I've never seen that happen.
Doherty for the tie. Yes.
That little guy can shoot it. You leave him open, he can shoot that basketball.
Well,
that was smooth.
His dad and his grandpa were pretty good players and coaches in their day. And Travis and Stan. Owen now with 8. Began the season by making 7 of his first 11 threes. Good Owen. Sixth made 3 for Mount Vernon. Peters for the lead. Yes. Bryce Peters, first three. Had attempted just one before that one. That's only the third made triple by Crown Point.
And they're coming for the double.
And foul. Nope. Yep, hang on. Yep. Arm was raised. I don't think you could hear the whistle, but foul was called.
See, the problem with this pressure is you're going to get yourself where it's a double bonus here, where Mount Vernon's going to be shooting a lot of free throws.
On the season, Crown Point 74% from the line, Mount Vernon 76. Tonight's game, Mount Vernon 4 of 8, Crown Point 6 of 7.
You can tell they're wearing down Mr. Ertl a little bit with just all the traps.
Full timeout taken by Mount Vernon. We will take it with them. 5:35 to play. 49-46. Crown Point in front. As you're watching an ISC in my Indy TV.
From our kitchen to your table, immerse in the authentic Italian flavors. Experience the taste of Michelangelo's, where every meal is a celebration of family and tradition. Michelangelo's. Gather, celebrate, and enjoy the convenience of our drive-through and takeout options. Located on Westfield Road in Noblesville.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Outstanding day of hoops here in Newcastle. Great couple of days. Warsaw won the girls' event in decisive fashion, a pair of running clocks. That has not been the case on the boys' side. Crown Point leads Mount Vernon 49-46. Did not take their first lead until the fourth quarter, did the Bulldogs.
Well, we can find out if Crown Point's got the juice in them here at the end. Got kind of the dog in them because they were down 11, so they had to use a lot of energy. Can they continue for another 5 minutes?
Wilson applying pressure. It's touched by Peters.
See, he needs to play more on top, even on that play, and make Ertl go back door because you got a lot of help coming across. And again, that's a hard pass for a big man like Vice.
Darrell sits with 4 fouls for Crown Point. Coffin corner inbound here for Ertl. Vice. Good catch. Missed it, but an undercut by Wilson.
No way, man!
Wilson's third foul. Vice missed his last 2 free throws. He'll shoot 2 more here.
Those passing lanes are closing because of Crown Point's quickness like they did this morning against Silver Creek.
And I've said this probably in a couple of interviews and just casual conversation. And Mike, you and I are so spoiled, the caliber of team we can see on a regular basis. But obviously in 4A, you kind of start with the Central Indiana teams. In Crown Point, everybody as good as Carmel, everybody as good as Lawrence North, everybody as good as Fishers. Crown Point is amongst the best teams in the state. Period, end of sentence. Vice misses the second free throw. He's left some points to the line. He's 2 of 6. So 4 to score. In other words, you're not stalling. You're going to the 4-corner looking for a lane to drive, looking for a mismatch. Rhodes goes by Vice. Right to the rim and misses. Vice, but poked away by Rhodes. Who touched it last? Crown Point did.
Now the 4 corners was a good idea, except you want a layup. And that might have been a layup, but you had 6-8 hands over the top of you, and you have to have patience. Patience.
Both these teams still well into single digits in terms of turnovers.
60 wins this game. It's 49-47. 60 points is going to win.
That's kind of the style that Mount Vernon plays. But Crown Point has met them at their level. Ertl pulls. Weiss, the crash, and we're tied at 49.
Shaw's got to block him out. Weiss really active. Game tied, 4 to go. See, you could post Peters up as well. They got Doherty on him. He's a little person.
Darrell back out there with 4. Basket cut by Peters, and he missed it. Sometimes the rim plays phenomenal defense.
Yeah, Peters had Doherty on him, and I mean, Doherty can shoot it, but he can't guard Peters, and he just missed the layup. That was costly, but 3:50 to go. It rolled around and around and around.
Chance for Mount Vernon to seesaw back in front.
There ain't going to be a whole lot. There's not going to be a ton of possessions left if Mount Vernon has their way.
Next Crown Point foul sends Mount Vernon to the bonus. Mount Vernon's got a couple of fouls to give.
Peters, great job so far on Ertl. Still 4 baskets for Ertl.
Weiss. Weber. No need to be in a hurry if you're Mount Vernon. Shaw getting up in Weiss's area, and he draws the distraction. Rhodes lays it up and in. Back in front goes Crown Point.
Good job by Rhodes that time, stealing the ball from Weiss, wasn't paying attention.
Deflected pass, and Rhodes gets it again. And then Ertl gets him right back. Doherty for the lead. My goodness. Owen Doherty, his 3rd 3.
They ought to post him up down on the other end with Peters, as he got the best of him that time. 1 point lead, Mount Vernon.
Rhodes right back at you.
Oh!
Kingston Rhodes, the triple. 54-52. 30-second timeout taken by Crown Point. We'll keep it right here. Rhodes now with 7.
I know the score is only 54-52, but a lot of action. A lot of action. Fantastic by Rhodes. The 2 Rhodes brothers are quick as can be. Doherty, I wouldn't leave him open for anything, because he's going to knock it in all year.
Well, simply put, this is what we hope to have at this event. 2 of the best teams in the state. I think we have the guy that is, again, the unquestioned Mr. Basketball favorite. And Crown Point may easily be the state champs in 4A. This is exactly what you want to see every December.
Yeah, I'd say the top 3. I agree with you on the top 5.
And we need to put Pike in that group as well, from a team standpoint.
I'd say right now, if I had to bet on one team with the way they're playing, I'd bet on Carmel right now as the top team, because they really got it rolling. But it's 2 months to go.
We'll see Carmel next Monday and Tuesday at North Central. In fact, Carmel is our next television game against Jeffersonville next Monday night. That's at North Central High School at 6:45. Weiss. And the next Crown Point foul sends Mount Vernon to the free throw line to shoot 2. Ertl for the lead. No. Rhodes, great rebound.
It's 1-on-3.
And flying down the floor. He likes those odds.
It's 1-on-3, and he has taken the game over steal. Couple layups.
2-possession game with $1:55 left to play.
Big possession for Ertl. I know he's missed, but he needs to hit one here.
Drives, right hand, missed it again. And Ertl goes down at the end of the play. And now Doherty's got it. Ertl is staying down, and now will stop. Hopefully it is just a cramp. Hopefully. Given what he is grabbing and how they're trying to stretch it out, and the fact that he's handing him a Gatorade, it is just cramping up, which given the effort he gives, is not surprising.
He was holding the leg there, and he was in some pain, but not terrible pain, but cramp pain.
Well, given how he was gripping his leg, you concern yourself with obviously a knee issue. But again, given the fact they're trying to stretch it out.
Just got a word from the Mount Vernon bench, it's a cramp.
Yep.
And he's played about 64 minutes today. Maybe 63 minutes and 30 seconds.
You know, we kind of have a rule. We don't show an injured player until we have a good handle on what the injury is. Clearly, given what they're doing right here, as you're trying to unlock a calf muscle in that left leg for Luke Ertl. He only sat for the last 30 seconds of the morning game. And now we feel confident enough that we can take a look at this.
Yeah, he just landed on that leg, and then that thing just cramped up. So he knew he had a cramp as soon as he came down. So, yep, he's played every second except 30 seconds today, and they've chased him to kind of like Jeffersonville did last year. Crown Point's done the same thing. They put different bodies. Peters, great game. 3 or 4, they had Darrell on him. They've had 4 or 5 guys on him. So we hope he's okay. We hope he can play the last minute and 32 seconds. But if not, he gave it all he had. So we'll see how this thing goes.
And now here's what we tell you. Mount Vernon plays on Friday. They play South Bend St. Joe at Homestead. Then they will play either Homestead or Zionsville on Saturday and then play again on Saturday. In other words, it's a 5-game week coming up for the Marauders.
Well, they're going to be tired when it's over.
Yeah.
And they're going to have more problems and cramps by Saturday. They got to not do much practice between this game and when they go play St. Joe. And St. Joe plays fast, so that game's going to be up and down. I forgot what happened down here, because is it Mount Vernon's basketball?
It is Mount Vernon's basketball.
Because I saw him go down, and I paid all 100% of my attention that direction. And so Crown Point probably had the advantage, and now Mount Vernon's going to have coach is going to run a set play for Mount Vernon coming down the court.
So Ertl about to get help to his feet. Again, not sure how much weight he can put on that left leg. Just absolutely gassed given the effort he has given tonight.
I think the better part of valor would be to sit him out for a little bit because he's got a lot of games to go this season.
I think he's of the opinion he didn't want to sit.
No.
Not the competitor, but just the physiology doesn't want to sit.
I would say that he would, with 1:32 seconds, and you got your senior year, and he's already had trouble with a knee, didn't he? He got hurt in football, did he not?
Foot injury, which cost him most of his sophomore year in basketball. So Gare will inbound the basketball.
Now let's see who's going to bring the thing down the court.
Schaefer will do what he can. Weiss. Again, Doherty is the guy you're probably looking for offensively if it's not Weiss. But this is so out of the norm for Mount Vernon.
They got to run everything through Weiss. He's the next guy up.
Timeout, Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon will call a timeout with 1:09 left to go, a full timeout, and we will take it with them. Crown Point leads it by 4, and Luke Ertl is heading back to his scorer's table. Back with more in a moment on ISC.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
So Ertl back in the game.
His leg looks a lot better. As Crown Point walks out, they all look at him. He's there.
Again, just 14 points, but all from the free throw line the last couple of quarters.
Well, 16 rebounds and 10 assists. So.
And Shaw, in front of Ertl. Turner committed, but on the dive, Ertl will track it down, and then he is tied. No, it's a foul. It's going to be a foul on Darrell, and that's going to be his 5th. And that'll be 2 free throws for Luke Ertl. They're playing like this game like it's a postseason game, aren't they?
Yes. And Shaw got the rebound, but Ertl came from behind. And then the ball was slapped loose, and then it was a free-for-all, and Darrell got the foul. Could have gone either direction, but now Ertl's on the free throw line. Clock stopped, 1 minute to go, 4 points. Lead for Crown Point.
Missed it. And again, when you look at this game, you credit Crown Point for some of the things they did well, especially cranking up the defense. But Mount Vernon has missed enough free throws where that's going to play a factor. And he missed them both. Again, not much in the leg department left for Ertl.
Now that was a surprise. I never dreamed he'd miss both free throws, but they're in the half-court trap. So can Crown Point finish it by making a good pass?
The steal.
And no, they can't.
Not done yet. What a feed. Weiss and 1. Weiss with 20 and a chance to make it a 1-point game.
Well, they had the trap. They needed somebody in the middle. Crown Point couldn't get anybody in the middle. They got the steal, and now it could be a 1-point game, and Crown Point's going to have to take care of the basketball.
Nice. Misses. Great rebound by Rhodes. Man, has he been fantastic in the 4th quarter. Almost blew a tire. Now a timeout called by Crown Point, and that will be our final break of regulation. 56-54. Crown Point trying to hang on. 34 seconds left. Back in 60 seconds at ISC and My Indy TV.
Man, if I beat Braden Smith and Pig, he's never going to live that down.
Dude, don't get your hopes up. Hey, Adam, it's your turn.
Oh, sorry, guys. Got to take this. All right, Braden, go easy on me.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
I guess for every hour, there really is Banks and Brower.
Whether it's criminal, family, personal injury, or immigration law.
You can call them anytime. Sorry, got a call.
Sorry.
Hey there, my name is Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we are part of, actually, the entirety of, at least from an on-air standpoint, Query and Schultz on the ISC Sports Network. It's appropriately named. It's charitably award-winning. And Derek, now we venture into season number 5. Hard to believe.
5 of them. 5 of them. Can you believe it? 2 best buds talking Colts, Pacers, Indiana sports every Tuesday night, 7:30, ISC Sports Network, and on socials as well.
It is made possible, of course, by the people who watch and listen every single week. We are most appreciative. We look forward to season number 5.
Crown Point has the ball. 2-point lead. They never led until the 4th quarter. They've come from 11 down. Now trying to hang on against Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon has only committed 2 fouls. So if they want to play the foul game, they have to start giving fouls immediately. Obviously, Crown Point will play keep away as long as Mount Vernon lets them. Doherty finally fouls Rhodes. They still have 1 more foul to give with 21.8 seconds left to go.
You know, Shaw can turn. If he decides to turn, he's wide open to go to the basket. I guess you could trust free throws. But if Shaw catches it, he could also be an offensive player, and a dunk would be as good as any free throw. You make a basket here, you're 2 possessions.
Crown Point has attempted just 7 free throws tonight. Ertl gives the foul. That is his 3rd. Only a second and a half comes off the clock. So the next foul sends Crown Point to the free throw line. Rhodes. Doherty. Another second and a half comes off the clock. Rhodes, 1 of 2 on the season from the line coming into the day, but was 5 of 6 in the morning game.
He had a great spurt in the end of the 3rd and first part of the fourth quarter when they were down 11 to bring them back. He brought them back with life.
And rattles that one home. Here comes the third Bulldog in double figures. Big one here to make it a 2-score game. And buries it. He saved his best for last. Gare back to Ertl. Ertl will take the 2 and make it. Timeout Mount Vernon. 9.1 seconds left to go, and now it's lather, rinse, and repeat. Go for a steal, you don't get it, commit a foul.
They had a chance when Ertl gave up the ball to take that next pass away. They weren't able to do it. Peters kind of let up when he gave the ball up, and then Ertl got it back for the layup.
And we'll keep it right here.
This is why these coaches make that big money. 58-56, 9 seconds to go. Hall of Fame Classic Championship. Crown Point's got to get it in. Mount Vernon's trying to steal it. There'll be a quick foul. Crown Point needs to make the throws, or Ertl's coming at him down 2 to win the game.
Looking for players potentially you'd want to foul if you're Mount Vernon. Shaw has made both of his free throws tonight. Wilson, 6 of 7 on the season. Peters on the year, 5 of 6 from the line. Rhodes is 7 of 8 today.
Well, Rhodes is quick enough. He can get the ball in bounds, but he's small, so if he gets trapped, I think they still have 1 timeout left. He can call timeout. They got Lux out there just to shoot free throws. He comes in off the bench. So they have a chance to call timeout if they would want to.
Molaski is 1 of 3 at the line this season. Shaw, they're not fouling him yet. Got to give a foul at some point in time. Ball knocked away, but it'll be Crown Point ball, and that went from 9.1 seconds to 3.5.
You just got to get it inbounds to Shaw.
And he is fouled by Gare. So Shaw will shoot 2 with 3 seconds left to go. And if he makes them both, game over. Because Mount Vernon can't stop it again.
You got Wilson, a sophomore, coming in, so he must be coming in for possibly Cooper, 35, Molaski.
Makes it. And Shaw's heading to play at UIC next year. And again, how he handles the make or miss changes what you do the next 3 seconds. Shaw connects.
4 for 4 free throws in the last 30 seconds.
Ertl will get one final look. It will not matter. Crown Point has won the Hall of Fame Classic to run their record to 5-0. And I'm not sure they had to prove anything to anybody, but they are absolutely a contender for the 4A state championship this year.
Well, they withstood 2 good teams today. Silver Creek's in the top 10, like you said, and then Mount Vernon, I think, was 7th. So they faced 2 of the big time teams in Indiana and came out victorious. Congratulations to Crown Point.
We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with our post-game coverage, including our presentation of our championship trophy, our tournament MVP, and all tournament team. That's when we come back to Newcastle on ISC and MyIndy TV.
At the University of Indianapolis, your education is just the beginning. Small class sizes means that everyone gets to know you, your goals, your dreams, and your vision for the future. UIndy empowers you with real-world, hands-on learning projects that transforms your potential into purpose. And it's just minutes from downtown Indianapolis, connecting you to our alumni network, internships, and careers. How's that for opportunity? So, are you in? Your future begins at the University of Indianapolis.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
There we go, baby. Oh, my God. Race to the other end, and he punches it down. Still going. Rockin' takes it in. Little energy, little. Out the entire game. Touchdown. He's got it. He's up. Still going. Throws it up, and Hooks will throw it down.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Mount Vernon receiving the runner-up trophy for their participation in the Hall of Fame Classic again. It's the only tournament in the state you get extra credit, so to speak, for playing in. You get 2 additional games to play in the tournament. Congratulations, Mount Vernon. Greg Rakestraw, Mike Broughton with you. Now the championship trophy presentation about to take place. Going to Crown Point. Again, this is their kind of prove-it time of the year. They'll face Cathedral on Tuesday at home. Hamilton Southeastern next Friday at home. They'll play at Brownsburg the following Saturday. Crown Point tonight, again, shows that they can hang with anybody in the state. We had a rare 4A champ from outside of Indianapolis last year. It could certainly happen again come March.
Yes, it could. Last year the South rose, the river rose, and maybe the North this year. You never know.
Apparently the lake is going to rise, potentially.
The lake can rise. With all the snow they've had, maybe it already has.
Well, they might be getting the Bears. Now they could be getting a 4A state champ. You never know. Dikembe Shaw with 18 points to lead Crown Point. 11 for Kingston Rhodes. He was tremendous down the stretch. 10 for Mason Darrell. He fought foul trouble for most of the second half and eventually fouled out. Those were the 3 players that finished in double figures in tonight's game. Mount Vernon 48% from the floor. Crown Point 49%. Mount Vernon 7 of 19 from three-point range. Crown Point 4 of 14. Luke Ertl a triple-double. 16 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists. Dikembe Shaw misses a double-double by a rebound. 18 points and 9 boards. Dikembe had 4 assists and 2 steals.
Well, the difference in the game was Crown Point 10 of 11 from the free throw line, and Mount Vernon 5 of 13.
And now time to present the all-tournament team and team MVP.
To present the medals, please welcome Brad and Gary Long.
Brad and Gary Long. Gary, of course, played at IU. I can tell you that Brad played at Southwestern College in Kansas, but you probably better know him by his movie role. That would be Buddy from Hoosiers. So Quinn Lewis is on the all-tournament team representing Northview. Congratulations to Quinn. Dane Caldwell has made the all-tournament team from Silver Creek High School. Understandably, on December the 23rd. Players maybe have headed home from those 2 schools. Max Weiss from Mount Vernon has made the all-tournament team. Max had 20 in tonight's game. Had 5 in the morning session. Congratulations to Max. Next up on the all-tournament team, Luke Ertl makes the all-tournament team. That's kind of a given. 33 points this morning. Triple-double in the championship game. Now you'll hear 2 names from Crown Point. Mason Darrell, again headed to play at Bellarmine. He makes the all-tournament team. He had 10 points in the championship game. He had 18 this morning. And I think by process elimination, you can figure out who the tournament MVP is going to be. Dikembe Shaw, 40 points over the course of the 2 games and leading his team to the championship of the Hall of Fame Classic. Congratulations to Dikembe Shaw. Look at his outstanding night.
Well, he played awful well in this final game. Made some big plays inside, got some rebounds, and then made a couple good steals at the end of the game and the free throws.
I think in Crown Point will get the honors of cutting down the nets here at Newcastle as the Hall of Fame Classic Tournament champions. Dikembe came in averaging 17 points a game and puts up 40 over the course of 2 games. Tonight's game presented in part by Banks and Brower. For every hour, there's Banks and Brower. By Galitko and Daly, we go to work when you can't. Learn more at IndianaWorkers.com. By 9-Star Connect, Indiana's fastest internet. Who knew? By Unranked Hoops, Indy's first Eurostyle basketball academy. Check out UNRNKD.com. And by Wabash College, schedule your visit today at wabash.edu. We'll take one more time out. We'll come back and wrap it up from Newcastle. Next, Crown Point, your Hall of Fame Classic champions. You're watching on ISC and MyIndy TV.
Our service area is actually East Central Indiana. They come to us because we have this unique ability to access specialty care. Our partnerships with St. Vincent Health and Heart Hospital. We have Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, the Mayo Clinic Care Network. We access their resources via the broadband network that we have through 9-Star Connect. It's really all about connectivity. We don't have connectivity except for 9-Star Connect.
9-Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
Race to the other end, and he punches it down. Back in, takes it in. Little energy, little. Out the entire game. Touchdown. He's got it. He's up. Still going. Throws it up, and Hooks will throw it down.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Welcome back for a final time as the Nets are coming down here at the largest and finest high school field house in the world. Crown Point wins the Hall of Fame Classic, 60-56 over Mount Vernon. Mike, your final thoughts on this game and the day in general here in Newcastle.
Great games today.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame did a great job putting 4 tough teams together. Crown Point right now goes into the year. They're the teams that's the hottest. And again, you've got, it's going to be quite a field this year going into the tournament because, like you said, 5 or 6 teams could win the 4A. And, you know, for Mount Vernon, I don't know how much you'd have to pay to watch a guy like Ertl play, but Mount Vernon's going to have big crowds the rest of the year. He's a great player.
Mount Vernon fans, we'll actually see your team next on January 24th when you host HSE. That's the next time we'll have the Marauders on the ISC Sports Network. We at ISC get about a 5 or 6 day break. Our next basketball comes your way on Monday from both North Central and Kokomo. Our games next week on MyIndy TV. Monday night, Carmel and Jeffersonville at North Central. Coverage at 6:30. Then the championship game of the Phil Cox Tournament in Kokomo. Coverage begins at 7:30. Merry Christmas, my friend.
Merry Christmas to you. This is year 15. Let's just keep it rolling.
Yes, sir. Again, for Mike Braun and our entire ISC Sports Network crew, this is Greg Rakestraw. Good night from Newcastle. You have a wonderful and blessed pair of holidays coming up these next 2 days. We'll talk to you next week on ISC and MyIndy TV.
There are many ways to judge the quality of a college or university. At Wabash, we are proud of being nationally ranked in so many measures of quality. The engagement of our students with their faculty, the exceptional classroom experience, the unbeatable internship program and alumni network. It's easy to see how we earn our reputation as one of the best colleges in the country. We are proud of our rankings, but come see for yourself. Schedule a visit today at wabash.edu.